Well, welcome back. It's I'm gonna call it Garage Week here at Gage Boys Garage. This week we're gonna focus on a few preventative maintenance upgrades to the Rubicon. A little definition here for you XJ guys. Preventative maintenance means when you replace things and tighten bolts on your Jeep before it's broken in the trail. We are going to do a set of 1550 front shafts in the Dana 60 to replace the 1440s that are in there. That's going to give us a full set, long and short 1440 to put in the back of the rig, so that if we have a failure on the trail of any of our rigs, we've got a spare set of axle shafts. The other thing we're going to do is a set of drive hubs. So we are we pulled the factory lockouts off, and we're going to replace them with a set of pre-made drive hubs. But in the meantime, we're also going to show you guys how to use this factory hub from an exploded lockout to build your own budget drive slug. Lastly, on the front axle, we are doing a set of busted knuckle ball joint deletes.
So we went ahead and tore down this axle because you guys don't want to watch that, and you probably know how to do it anyway. All right, want to tell us about the ball joint deletes?
Yeah, so we're going to go with a set of busted knuckle ball joint deletes. This is a super simple design. It's got this collar on the bottom, this enormous bolt, and then this impregnated brass sleeve that goes into your C. I like this design. There's no bearings. There's no tapers left in this design. This is just straight out, push it in, tighten it up, and you're done. This thing is going to be solid. That replaces, this was a Duralast Gold upper ball joint for that same Dana 60. And you can see, I mean, the difference in this build. Look at the size of this shaft compared to this. This is going to be ultra strong. On the bottom, we're still going to go with a regular Duralast Gold chrome moly ball joint. I think they're plenty strong. The guys at Busted Knuckle agree with me, and we're trying to do this on a budget, save some money, so some of the other kits just weren't in our price range.
So the first thing we're going to do is install our ball joint eliminators. So we got this all cleaned up. We tried to get in the inside of this as best we can so that it doesn't pull some, dirt and stuff into the weld. And this threaded insert, will go into the knuckle. So this is a press fit just like your normal ball joint. So we are going to use our ball joint press and rattle this thing in there. So the next step after pressing in the insert is we're going to preheat the knuckle before we weld it.
All right, we're all preheated, and we're going to do a quick root pass here, and then we'll cover that with a nice weave, and this thing will be locked. All right, well, I think we got a root and a weave all at once. What do you think?
Can only go so fast with a MIG gun.
What do you think?
I think it's good.
I think it looks like it's fully welded. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to work this bolt a few times as this thing kind of starts to warm, cool down. Just make sure that our threads are good. Everything, that feels great, though.
And make sure you put a bunch of anti-seize on the threads and put the bolt into the insert before you weld it.
Yeah.
Or else, even Busted Knuckle says they've had problems.
Well, you can, that much heat, you can distort that insert. But key here is, once this is all done and you're ready to do final assembly, get that anti-seize off there with some brake clean or something. Make sure you put some thread lock on there, because otherwise you're going to be sorry. The next thing we're going to change is we're going to go with a new set of axle shafts. We're going from stock
1480?
1480s
I believe.
to the upgraded Spicer 1550s. Not only does this give us a lot bigger joint for strength, they also give us a ton more angle. So if we want to try to really push our steering angle on this, we have no issue. And the nice thing is, we won't overextend our steering and have the knuckle smashing into this, which causes the ball joints to rip these ears. The last thing, this is preventative maintenance, and it's a good thing, because what we discovered when we took this apart is that this shaft is actually stretching, and it wouldn't be long, and this thing's gonna fail. We're gonna take these, we're gonna clean them up, and we're gonna use them as our trail spares. So if we're out on the trail and we do blow a shaft in any of our rigs, because they're all running this Dana 60, we have a shaft that we can use. Okay, so work continues on the bulletproofing of the Dana 60 here. As you can see, I got my knuckles back on. Here are the busted knuckle ball joint deletes sitting in here all done. Got my lower ball joint on. I just got done putting my steering arms back in. Now I am going to grab one of those new fancy 1550 shafts and try to get it in here. I've seen some rumors that maybe the bottom of that bolt will need to be cut off in order for that shaft to fit. If you can see this or not. Yeah, well, you can see here's the shaft and there's the upper bolt, and I look like I have, in my opinion, that's enough clearance. Well, this side is in. All the way in there. Spins beautiful, no clearance problems. I'm gonna tell you what, I know that this Super Duty axle seal installer isn't free, but man, that thing works. That made installing that axle like 30 seconds and the thing was done. If you don't have one of these, this is just cheap ass Amazon one, but you can see I already dented it just by tapping that seal in, because it's probably not the best made thing ever, but did the job and saved me a bunch of heartaches trying to press that in there with a block of wood. So definitely would buy again. So as part of our bulletproofing of this Super 60, I did get the East Coast Gear and Supply Drive Slugs kit, which is an awesome kit, but it's pretty expensive. So what I want to do is talk about the parts that are in this kit and a way that you could assemble your own drive slug kit on a budget. And also, I'm going to talk about a way you could have a couple of the components of the drive slug kit for emergency trail repair. So this is what comes in the drive slug kit. You have a very nice neoprene washer, I guess it is, the splined gear, and a very nice machined aluminum cap with a nice O-ring and, stainless bolts and all that. So this goes together basically by sliding this spacer into the cap, and then the spacer pushes the gear, and you end up with the gear being pushed and held into the center of the hub. Because this is what everything looks like without anything in it. So this is the cap from the old locking hub that I had that went bad. You can see that this cap, it's basically its purpose is to hold things in, which is the same purpose as this cap. So material, put it in this cap, which if you notice it fits pretty well, I'd say perfect, and put that on. So now instead of buying the entire kit from any supplier, all you need to purchase is this gear, which actually comes from Branik. Now you can order this gear directly off Branik's site. somewhere around $65. Of course, we'll put the link in the description here. So for $65, you could either manufacture the drive slug. I'm going to say $65 and a piece of PVC pipe, right, as a spacer. You could manufacture, assemble, whatever you want to say, a set of drive slugs for the front of your truck. But I think is a little less than half the cost of this drive slug kit. Now, again, I'm not saying this isn't a great kit. Obviously, I bought it because I, believed it was a good investment. But if you're on a budget, you got a blown out hub, and you want to get to a drive slug, this is a great way to do it. Now, let's say you're on the trail and you have a lockout, you blow that lockout, maybe you're at Windrock, you're there for the week, it's day one, and you need a way to make things happen. If you were to be carrying one of these gears and you take your factory lockout cover, you could put this gear into your hub, and all you have to really do is make up the space, right? So, I think you could easily get away with a piece of rope, wadding up a piece of rope. I think you could take a few pieces of fuel line, cut them, put them in there as a wedge, put your cap on, and you're back up and running for the rest of your trip. Hopefully that's helpful. We found this to be something that we're definitely going to carry on the trail, because we've got 2 other rigs that are running Super 60s up front that don't have drive slugs, and this will be a good way for us to make sure that if they grenade a lockout, we can still do our wheeling trip.
All right, thanks for watching Gage Boys Garage. The Jeep's back together, and we're going to see how this Super Duty 60 holds up now with the new upgrades. Everything you saw in this video should be linked in the description. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and there's going to be more to come, so thank you for watching.